Hello and welcome to this first in a series of Let's Play on Stationeers. This game is in early access on Steam at the moment. I'm using the basic build, there's no mods added. I'm just going to go with generic game right from the start. The only thing I will say is that I'm going to start on Mars rather than the Moon. The Moon's meant to be easier, but I think everybody agrees that Mars is slightly easier because I already start with an atmosphere. So that's what I'm going to do. Just jump in straight into Mars. Create a new game. This game has just recently been updated to add perishability of food. Prior to that, food just existed in the game. You've got to eat periodically to survive. But previously it didn't decay in any environment. Now you've got to keep it stored in the fridge. So here we are. We are on Mars. We've just landed in our lander, supposedly. Although I wouldn't like to land on that, re-entry heat and everything. Burn your toes a bit. You got your lander, you have 6 crates I believe. 6 crates, yes, and a oxygen supply. This oxygen supply will last you quite a long time. Basically you've got to build a base and try and survive for as long as possible. That is a flare that's been dropped, it's always there in the start of the game. So let's get started. First things first, we want to try and find some construction supplies. So as you see, as you get near to a case, it tells you what it is: organic supplies, construction supplies 2, construction supplies 1. It's inside here. So we need some frames. So iron frames, we'll have those. Let's just open our backpack. Get everything open. Okay. So what we have here is our supplies. That's your oxygen, that is your waste tank. As you use oxygen, goes in your waste tank. That's energy in your suit. These are CO2 filters in your suit. This is your basic jetpack. That's a jetpack supply of gas. That's a medical pill if you get injured. This is quite a handy tablet which putting various cards in can do various things. So if I open it up and put atmosphere analyzer in it, as you'll see, it's got a battery as well. A lot of the tools do. So now if I bring that down to my hand, turn it on, you'll see that the environment is 2.72 kilopascals, which is quite low. Currently it's 13 degrees and going up, which is quite high for Mars. Obviously it's mainly CO2. Everything is measured in moles on this, so that's 9 moles. You've got N2, O2, obviously oxygen, and X, which is just generic other gases which are harmful to you. So it's turned off. You've got to remember to turn these things off because I do use batteries. I use a battery while they're in the backpack. Stick that back there, don't really want that on me. So what else do I want? I want some iron sheets. There we go, pick them up. That can go back in there for now. That is used, the duct tape is used if you damage your suit. Use it to do running repairs. So first things first, iron sheets. And iron frames, and let's go and build a base. So some resources there. This looks fairly flat, so we'll start here. Right click to bring up your build options, and let's see how far can I go before it hits the ground. Ooh, where do I want to build? Yes, let's start here, why not? And let's start with a 3x3 to begin with. All I'm really doing here is putting down the rudimentaries of a frame. You can't stand on these as yet, I'll show you. If I jump onto these, let's get rid of that. I actually fall through them. I can't stand on them, so I've got to try and get out. If you get stuck somewhere like that, if you hit J, turn your jetpack on, space to move up, then you can move around, left control to go down, J turn your jetpack back off again. So now I've got a 9x9 frame, I want to make it so I can walk on it. Give it some substance. So this is when I need the iron sheets. So bring those down, and I need my welding torch. Your welding torch, just open that quickly, uses gas. There is an arc welder which uses a battery. It burns through the battery very quickly, but on Mars you start with the welding torch. Let's close that. Put it in my hand. So with the welding torch selected, right click, turned on, you can see the little blue flame, and as I get near the frame it turns yellow. So left click, build. If you do 2 levels of build, you actually fill the frame in, and that is now airtight. So I'm not really bothered about that at the moment. I just want to get some technical work on. Oops. There we go. I can walk on it now. See. Next one to 3 done. Okay, again, turn your welding torch off, right click, you can see the gas that's been vented from. If I leave it on and you put it away, you can't really see it here. If I turn my light off, can you see it? At night you tend to see a bit of a flick if you've got your welding torch left on. Or you can just hear the humming of the gas noise in the background. So again, got to turn it off, just wasting gas if you don't. And this early in the game you need all the gas you can get. Okay, so there's our 9x9 frame. Next thing I want is to get some power down. There's certain things you want to do quite early on in this game. Power, water, and food. There's also storms that come along every 7 days or so, and anything that's not nailed down will blow away. That includes things that are being built but haven't been, well, things that are being manufactured but haven't been built yet, assembled. They will blow away. Resources will blow away. Anything not tied down. So, what do I want? I want what we got? Power, arc furnace. So this is our starting furnace, and is used to, I'll stick it here, to smelt ores into ingots. So you right click, select it on your right hand, I've got my right hand selected, right click to start build, and C rotate. As you can see, there's some arrows there, left in, right out. At the bottom we've also got a little lightning bolt on the left, and if I just spin 60 better, a little network on the left now. They are the data and power connections. The bigger arrows are for the resources in and out, so put the resources in one side, get thrown out the other. So let's just turn it so I've got the arrow pointing like that. Then click to build, and we now have an arc furnace. To power the arc furnace we're going to need some electricity, and to get electricity we need a solar panel, which is hopefully in one of these boxes somewhere. Basic solar kit. What's in this one? It's a solar panel basic, there we go. So just as a temporary measure, you will put a solar panel down here. As you can see on the left there, there's a little plus sign. I want to turn that so it's facing towards the furnace. Now some of these items need multiple steps to build them, so this one needs a glass sheet now. So to put that back in my backpack and go and get some glass sheets. And there we are, glass sheet. So come up, glass sheet, and we now have a working solar panel. Its efficiency isn't great because it's just flat, it's not tracking the sun. Later in the game you can set them up to track the sun. Also, before I connect it to my furnace I need a power control unit. So back to the cases again. So you can find APUs. Power control, there we go. And I'm going to need some cabling. I've got cabling on me. Okay. So back up. APU. Power in on the left, power out on the right. That's what I want. So put that down. Now bring down my cabling, and I want to connect the cabling to the APU. Also on some of these items you've got multiple choices, so you can see it says build, hold, and then 1 of 8. If I roll my mouse you can see it's got various junctions for the cabling. So at the moment this went straight through. Where's the power connection on my... Is that the power? Yeah, that's power. So I need to bring the power on this way. So let's quickly rotate that 90 degrees. Bring across one. And there we go. Now, have I left my arc furnace on? My arc welder on, sorry. My welder on. No, I haven't. Now you can see the flickering there if I move away from it. No, you can't really see it. Well, you can see it better at night. If you leave it on, like I said, you can hear the gas burning. So, APU, open the APU, you need a crowbar. Don't ask me why it's a crowbar, but it is. And there is a socket for a battery, so when there's no power coming from your solar cell, it will run off the battery, power things off the battery. Get back to my light back on. Until the battery's flat, during the day, excess power will be stored in your battery. Now these are just small batteries to begin with. You can build base batteries later, and you do need base batteries later. So let's just APU back in here and swap it out for the battery. So this is a big battery, what the class is a large battery or a large cell. There are two main types of batteries in the game, or three maybe. Two. The first one being suit batteries like these, the cells. They're quite small. This is a large cell battery. It holds more than the small cell battery. And then you've got a fusion cell battery, which holds even more again, but they're much later on in the game. You then have base batteries, which we will build later on, which store much more power. Okay, let's just put this in here, turn this on, and there we go. So that currently is powering our arc furnace. There we go. I'm not smelting anything because I haven't mined any resources yet. So I've not really got any drawn at the moment. When the sun comes up, that will be charging that battery. So that's the first thing we want. And next thing we want is a auto lathe. This allows us to manufacture other base items. A solar generator allows you to burn coal to produce energy, because there is coal on Mars apparently. Who knew that? Auto lathe, that's what we want. So let's go put down our auto lathe. So let's put our auto lathe here. I want it like so. Back a bit. Yeah, there. That'll do. Again, this is a multi-step build, so it's asking now welding torch and 2 iron sheets. So put that away. Welding torch, iron sheets. Select the welding torch, turn it on. Yellow, we can build. Welding torch off. Now 4 cable coils. So put that away, 4 cable coils. Have them selected. Left click to construct. Welding torch and 2 plastic sheets. I haven't got any plastic sheets on me, they are in the lander. Where's my lander? This way, I believe. No. This way. It is easy to get lost at night, so you need to be careful early in the game. When a sandstorm comes along, it's even easier. You can really get lost then. Okay, so cabling. Sorry, plastic sheet, welding torch, turned on. Finally, we need a screwdriver, and that's our auto lathe build. Again, it needs to be connected to power, so we've got the power socket there. Swap that over and swap that with the wire cutters. If you want to splice into another wire, as I'm going to do here, you need the wire cutters in your hand, otherwise you can't do it. So let's just bring it straight across. How do I want to do this? Let's use this as a trunk down here. There we go. With the wire cuts in my hand, let me just splice into there. So let's come across. And I'm sure many people have played this game and go, don't do that, don't do that. Do it this way. Yeah. Put them in the comments if you've got any suggestions. Otherwise, I'm just playing the way I play. Can't say I'm the best at this game. I've recently been trying to teach myself how to do the IC programming, which is games a bit later on. MIPS program, I've never done it before, it's a bit confusing. Yeah, so that is later on in the game. So the auto lathe, how do you use it? So you need to put resources in this side, they need to be ingots. You can look at the contents here and tell you what's actually inside the lathe. That is for ejecting your resources from the lathe. The search button, but you need to turn the lathe on. Click on search and you can find various things to build. Scroll down. Let's see if we can find another solar panel. Or we can type it at the top. So, oh no, it's electronics printer. I need that. Electronics printer. Electronics printer. So that's the next device we're going to need, and that requires, if we come up to the build button, 20 iron, 2 gold and 10 copper. So the next thing I need to do is go out and find some iron, gold and copper. Can't do anything at the moment because I've got the resources, so I'll turn it off. Early in the game, because power is limited, turn these things off when you don't need them. That is telling me I'm drawing on the battery at the moment. That's off. That's off. It's just a bit of latent draw. It's not going to flatten the battery particularly quickly at this point. So that's the first few things we've done. Let's see what else do we have in here. We have wall kit, so you can build walls and roofs and things like this, and you need a wall kit to have either solid wall with iron plates or with glass plates so you can see through them. If you're running you're going to need a greenhouse later on, you'll need the glass plates. Like I said, the solid generator allows you to burn coal to generate power. That produces a huge amount of power very rapidly. You've got to be careful because it will blow your power, your cables. Early in the game, you've only got these basic cables. You need the more advanced cables, which are much higher current rating, really to run that successfully. Okay, what else have we got? We have active vent. That is used for sucking in or blowing out gases. Very useful for an airlock. Gas pipe or a pipe, basically for transferring liquids and gases. Another power control kit. A console, again this is useful for the airlock, so that's how you control the airlock. You need to set that up later. I'll show you. It takes various circuit boards to do various things, so you can have an airlock circuit board in there for current airlocks. You can have a gas analyzer or a gas sensor circuit board in there for measuring gas pressures and temperatures and things like that. What else do we have? Door kits, so you're going to need them to actually build your airlock. You need 2 doors. That's got the data disk for setting up your consoles. This is a sensor kit, so it can be one of 3 or 4 things, either sensor kit, daylight sensor or gas sensor. What you will need is a gas sensor for the airlock, so we know what the pressure is. What's this one? So that's an airlock circuit board to go in your console. That's just a generic up there at the top. Oh, let's get it towards it. Generic pipe valve, and that is a battery charger for charging your small batteries. We'll be using it later. Turn it off. I'll just quickly show you what's in here. See, these are all your foods currently. They're raw ingredients. You need a microwave, which is one of the other boxes, to turn these into edible food, but you also need to grow these, so it's important that you keep these safe for now. So that's your oxygen tank. In here, there's a tin of food, so you can turn tomatoes into a tin of food. That's more food. These are 3 are all water, which you will need early in the game. As you progress in the game and you find water ice, you can use an ice crusher to turn that into liquid water, which you can then use to survive on. Tables, you need to put in a microwave, which is up there on the table, and to attach power to it. We have a locker kit, which is very good for storing things in. In fact, you know what, I might actually swap that out. As I previously said, you need to stop things blowing away when the storm comes, and the storms come much quicker than you expect. So let's just stick this here for now. See to rotate it. It doesn't need any power or anything. It just needs a stable surface. And now I can drop bits in there, which is a bit more convenient than running back and forwards to the lander all the time. No, I'll keep that one on me. I don't need to keep that one on me. Just close the door, and that will stop it all blowing away when storms come. So I might as well get the rest of these items out here that I'm going to be using and stick them in the locker. I'm just waiting for daylight to come so I can go mine. Yeah, take that as well. Because I'm going to need more resources to obviously start building other items, and I've got limited resources at the moment. Up. Transfer these in. The significance of all these parts will become apparent later on. Like I say, this is just initially getting us up and running. I'm just trying to show you the basics. Solar, so that's power, resource, iron, smelter for smelting ores into ingots, and a lathe of some kind for converting those resources into usable materials. So in the game you have a, where is it? This is your tool belt. You need to find the mining belt, which I believe is still in there. One of these crates somewhere. It's not in that one, it'll be in that one. It's not in that one, it's in this one. No. That is very odd. Where is my mining belt? Indeed. Let me just check I've done something stupid and put it in there. Oh yeah, there it is. I was being stupid. So, this is our mining belt. I tend to just have the mining belt enabled all the equipped all of the time, and leave the tool belt in the jetpack because you can click on that and still bring it up when you need it. But for now, what I need is a mining drill. You also have a pickaxe in case you run out of power on your mining drill, because again your mining drill, like many items, has a battery. There we go, 100% it's not being used. So if the worst comes to worst, you can use a pickaxe, but you're much better off using the mining drill. Let's just close that for a moment. Didn't you see that one? Close that. So let's go mine. Let's find some resources. What do we have here? So you need silicon to make glass. I'm not really too worried about that at the moment. I'm looking for copper, gold and iron. I think this is copper here by the looks of it. Yeah, copper. So right click, turn me mining drill on, start drilling. And as you see, the resources are going into the mining belt on the bottom left. This is important when you've got volatiles such as oxalite and not volatiles, volatile gases. They've got to go in your mining belt, as during the day they will sublimate away, whatever it is. So how much have I got there? Okay, so I've got more than 50. So first things first, let's just go and get this smelting. Turn that off. Some tie in the sky. So I would press left alt to get your mouse cursor up. 50 ore, drop it in there, turn it on, go. And that will slowly count down. Once it reaches 0, it will spit out a 50 gram copper ingot this side. So that's copper sorted. Now we need iron and gold. That looks like silver. Yeah, it's silver. That is oxalite. Yeah, we'll need that later. We'll build a more advanced furnace. Oxalite, that's like silver as well. Yeah. Gold and iron. Iron is very prevalent in the game, but I just can't seem to see any. There's some stuff. I think that's iron over there, just ahead of me, which leaves me just needing some more gold. I'll need to find gold. Yep, this is iron. So you use a lot of iron, and later on with you can smelt it with hydrocarbons, in this case coal, and create steel, which is needed in a lot of more advanced recipes, or the medium level recipes, should I say, the mid level recipes. Let's see, there we go, 50 of that, that'll do for now. Gold, I need some gold. Why can't I find any gold? Let's just sometimes it's just useful to get up in the air and have a look around. Is that gold? Ah, that might be gold over there. Okay, just have a jetpack for now. Come down, turned off. gold. As you see, it's got gold nuggets in it. Excuse me. And just for information, that is coal. This is coal. We'll be using this later on. I may mine some now because I may need to use some in the solid generator. A toxite, don't really want that at this point. Gold, how much gold have we got? 11. Come on. 14. As you see, you get a lot less gold per nugget than you do coal, copper, or any of the other materials really. I think that's probably about it right here. Just see quick. But not much more. Sometimes you get it flash up, you can see it flashing up here, lettering, words flashing up near the drill bit, telling you what's sort of just behind the next bit of the landscape. And if you're quick and you can read it, you can sort of work out where things are. Because sometimes you think you've mined out an area, and then after you dig down a bit more, you find a load more of the resources. So we go see more gold there. Let's do that. Oh, and then so I'll take us to the 7. That'll be enough for now. So, excuse me. Quick run back to the base. So as I'm running, you see on the right hand side you have vitals, which is 69 for food and 44 for water. So you do consume food and water throughout the day. They do become important, water very much so. I'm currently in my jumpsuit, have water on me and food. And I'll get a warning in a moment for the water saying it's critical, at which point I'll take a drink of water. You burn through it very rapidly. So where did my ingot go? There we go. Did I turn it off? No, turn it off. And add iron, turned on. So the copper, I want to put into the lathe. Well, that's enough. I'm just going to build out some more frame, I think. Make my life a little bit easier. Iron wall, iron sheets, swap them out. Put that away. Put my backpack and get my welding torch. Nope, iron's finished. Let's quickly stick that in our backpack and stick the gold up here on the other side. Stick the gold in the arc furnace. As you see, it's on, that flashes red and blue. That means I'm drawing more power than I'm creating.
Power low.
So it's draining the battery. That power low warning means my suit power is low. It's currently 50%, so what I can do is swap it out with that one in there. That's 97, so that's give me more power. The solar panel will charge that battery and run the solar furnace, the arc furnace for the time being. Yeah, what was it doing? This is so right. Let's finish building up these floor tiles. There we go. Do for the moment. Okay, is that done the gold yet? Gold is much slower than the rest. As you can see, it's only done, takes quite a few seconds to do 1 gram. Let's put our arc welder away and stick our iron ore, our iron ingot in the autolathe. So to build electronics kit we need 2 grams of gold. I've probably got 2 grams of gold in there. So just click the red button, it will stop it, sorry, turn the power off, it will stop it. It'll finish processing the current one it's doing, and then stop. Yeah, or it's still in there, so just turn it back on, click activate, set it going again. So, gold, there we go. Let's build our electronics printer. Take long. If you leave your cursor over the button, it tells you what the percentage is. As you can see, it's going up slowly. It'll take a little while. Yeah, blue and red discharging because we're using power to run the auto lathe and the arc furnace currently. My water level's down to 35%, so if I put the water bottle in my hand, select it and right click, consume some water. My hydration's back up to 100% and my water bottle's down to 56%. So as you can see, it's not going to last very long. Even those 4 bottles are not going to last very long. We need to start looking at trying to find some water ice, get an ice crusher, and storing the water from the ice crusher in a tank. Let's see what else we can get over here. Well, that's cooking up. So, door kit, take that. Airlock, take that. Definitely the gas sensor. The data disk. We will need some valves and definitely need the battery charger. So one of these can just go into the locker for now. Keep them safe. I know some people don't really like using the lockers this early in the game, but I do. I just find it so much easier. See if I can run backwards and forwards to the lander all the time. Now once you've emptied a case, like these two I believe are empty, you can just close them, and using a wrench you can take them off the lander. Where'd it go? There it is. You can then use the drill and turn it into a crate kit. There's the other one. They can both now be stored. Oops, don't. So, my auto lathe's finished building the electronics printer. It's now started on the second one. So I just press that to stop it again and recover the resources. Electronics printer. Let's quickly build this up. Where do I want it? Let's put it here. Just for now. I can always change it. Make sure there's enough space to get around it. Iron sheets, and welding torch. So welding torch turned on. 4 cable coils. Welding torch and plastic sheets. Keep them on, we're going to need them to wire it in. Plastic sheets. Screwdriver. There we go. Snap the screwdriver out with the wire cutter. Plastic sheets away. And now I'll wire in the auto lathe. Straight down here, I think. Electronics printer, not the auto lathe. Here we go. Fire it up. Nothing in it at the moment. So solar panel kit basic. That the one that we start with, which is one on the ground. There's not much to it. Just a square panel facing upwards. A solar panel kit. A more advanced one. You can track the sun with this one, and you need some basic logic to do that. For now, I'm just going to build another basic solar panel kit. Oh, should I? I should build one of them. I don't need one of them. Steel, yeah, so I'm just going to go with the basic solar panel kit for now. Oh, we're out of power. Battery must be flat, yep. So you see our battery's gone flat. If I put it in my hand, 0 power, nothing in it. Everything turned off, I can't select anything. it'll not let me, so I've now got to wait until the sun comes up and it gets more energy. This is why I want another solar panel. So just keep that on me for the moment. I think it's a good point to leave it for now. We've got our electronics printer. We have basic power set up. I will be expanding this to add more solar panels to it, and later on wind turbines for when it gets windy. When the storm comes, we've got a basic arc furnace for converting raw or the basic ores into ingots. We have an auto lathe for creating basic base necessities, basic items. We have an electronics printer for creating more advanced items and electronics based items. Another one we'll need will be a pipe bender for creating the pipes for and the valves used for transportation of gases and liquids. I will need that before I can make the ice crusher. And then there's another one which is a tool lathe, I believe it's called, for creating more advanced tools for yourself, but again that's way down the line. We can go quite far with what we've got at the moment, but these two and the pipe bender are required. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you next time.